Max Aroma, what the heck is wrong with you? I'm smelling this fragrance, Five Senses, House of Dastan. You sent me this. Thank you. You couldn't have sent me the bigger bottle? This stuff is bananas. This stuff is so good. So this is actually a fragrance that came out, I think last year, a couple years ago. So it's a new brand, House of Dastan. And this one is called Five Senses. So the perfumer is Richard Herpin, who has done Oud Wood by Tom Ford and many, many other niche and designer fragrances. And I'm smelling this. There's vanilla, there's benzoin, there's apricot, there's tobacco. It's creamy, it's a little milky, but it's also like smooth and sophisticated at the same time. Like this is really, really good. It's so funny. I was talking about You. It's called You, but with a question mark at the end. They have another perfume called You. You. I was talking about You, and that one has white chocolate and fig. And I'm like, this stuff is amazing. And then I just got around to sampling this. This is good. This is really good. Look, I'm going to talk to you about this fragrance that I think is really interesting. But before I dive into the video, I do want to mention that if you're a fan of fragrance-related content, and of course, if you love smelling your best, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and give this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would really, really mean a lot to me. So this is a fantastic fragrance, and I spent a few days wearing this one, and let me tell you something. Five Senses is an interesting fragrance. I'm not entirely sure what the correlation is between the name and the smell. I don't think this is one that is meant to be experienced by all five of your senses, but I'm just going to say this one definitely has a very sensual and provocative demeanor about it. There's a lot of vanilla. It is anchored by patchouli. I think I get a little bit of moss as well. But this one certainly opens up with that velvety, rich vanilla in the opening. And you're also going to get that benzoin, right? So it has this resinous overtone or undertone, I suppose, because it's a base ingredient. And the benzoin, especially in this fragrance, it's interesting because the benzoin that I have purchased many, many years ago, because I have the raw material itself, it can be quite medicinal, and it can have a bit of a smokiness depending on, how much it's used. And it also has a vanillic overtone, but I think it's the pairing with the vanilla that makes this fragrance quite sensual, quite provocative, but also adding a touch of mystery to the fragrance. And I think for that reason, this one works incredibly well, and it almost has an ambery vibe to it. So this is an amber-based perfume, but I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the other ingredients in here. The sweetness is multi-pronged. I think it's coming from a few different directions, not just the vanilla, but the tobacco in here is so sensual, and it's done incredibly well. And I don't even know why I'm smelling the atomizer, because I sprayed it. Yeah, this is amazing. So let me tell you something. That tobacco, apricot, and vanilla combination, if you're a fan of perfumes like Dulce Diablo by Narcotica, if you like Miel Extase by Navitus Parfum, or Exo Brandy by Navitus Parfum, if you like that ambery, warm, rich, sweet tobacco, apricot, slightly fruity vibe that those perfumes convey, I think you're going to love Five Senses by House of Dastan. Not to mention that the presentation is really cool, which is another reason why I'm upset that you sent me this tiny little, like, what am I supposed to do with this? So I have some of the bigger bottles as well. Yeah, this is a 10 ml. Although I will admit, this is really cool to travel with. And I love when brands do this, so you don't have to resort to, see if I can grab it from here. Although these are really nice as well. You don't have to resort to getting one of these, which, by the way, and this one with the rose gold accents, so sexy. But I actually really enjoy presentations like these because you still get a vibe of what the full-size bottle looks like, but it's condensed to a mini. And it looks really, really nice. It's cool to put it in your purse, put it in your bag, messenger bag, even in your pocket, And there's a very tight fit on the cap here, so this isn't going anywhere. And it really is a beautiful presentation. But really, this is a very sensual, confident, enigmatic fragrance. I was going to say sophisticated, but I think there's too much of a sweetness, a lot of vanilla. So that makes it more playful, more sensual, a bit provocative as well. And I just think it's amazing. There's so many from this brand that I really, really like. And I initially tried them all and I think I originally tried them like several years ago when the folks at Max Aroma were like, yeah, we're putting something together. And this was like 2020. Yeah, 2020. And I said, wow, these are really good. I don't know if these are the same formulas, but I tried them again at Scent Explorer last year in December, first week of December, because they were all exhibited there. And I said, what are these? I need these. And here I am. I have some of them now. I don't have the full collection. So Max Aroma, if you're watching, send me more. I love this one. I think this one is fantastic. Sample it from the website. You don't have to blind buy, right? Like that's the cool thing about Max Aroma. You buy a sample. And then if you like it, you like it. If you don't, move on, right? Try something else. But this is amazing. High-end, niche, luxury vibes with the presentation, the quality of the aromatic compounds, the way it's put together. It's just so beautifully done. And I think the perfumer Richard Herpont did an incredible job with this one. And he is one of the nicest guys that I've ever met in my life. Lice. Anyway, thank you for watching. I'm not editing this video. I don't have the time for it. I love you all so much. Please try this one. Uniqueness, super unique. Longevity on this one is about 8 hours on my skin. Again, a lot of vanilla and benzoin, patchouli, ambery notes. It's anchored in those, dense, fixatives with the larger molecular structure. Projection on this one, quite loud for about an hour and a half. Not beyond an arm's length, but I would say at an arm's length. Perfectly unisex. Great for the fall and winter. So maybe now is not the best time to get it. But look, if you're wearing it indoors, whatever, just do you. If you like this type of a DNA, you're like, I know some people that wear ouds in the wintertime. They're like, I don't care. I'm going to wear my ouds. I'm going to wear my resins. I'm going to wear my balsamic rich perfumes in the summertime. I know people that love wearing Ombre Nomade by Louis Vuitton in the summertime. So at the end of the day, do whatever you want, right? And the presentation is gorgeous. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really hope you enjoyed my review of 5 Senses by House of Dastan, actually intended to be perceived by 1 sense. I hope you took something of value from this video. If you did, please do consider supporting the channel by clicking subscribe, hitting the bell, and giving this video a thumbs up for the algorithm. It would mean so much to me. Thank you again so much for tuning in. I love you all, and we'll see you tomorrow with a new episode.